Sweet KO. I don't. Will Dragon Energy be enough to get rid of the Gastrodon here? Perfect. Perfect. Get rid of them both. That opens the door for the Urshifu later in the game. That is huge. It's what you want out of the Regidrago, just to get like do as much damage as possible before it drops. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet Violet Regulation G VGC. It's been forever since I featured Zacian Sword on the channel for you guys. I don't even think I've featured for you guys for the 2025 Regulation G format so far. So it's long overdue, and I kind of wanted to feature it for you guys. The team we're going to be featuring today is kind of more of a standard Zacian Sword team, but also has a few other cool things like Ogerpon Grass and a few slight changes that make it kind of more of a unique team. So Zacian's kind of a cool restricted because it has a really high speed stat that can outspeed a lot of the more really common restricteds in the format, stuff like Miraidon, and there's a few other like non-restricted like Flutter Mane and a few other things that it actually can wreck and actually do a lot of damage to. So you don't have to really worry about the speed as much because it has a really solid speed tier. It also has a really cool and great typing of the Fairy Steel typing, which is probably one of the best typings in the entire game. So you pair that with a Ground Terra and you have really good coverage for stuff like Incineroar, and there's a bunch of other stuff like Raging Bull, and there's a few other things that don't really want to take ground type moves, otherwise would maybe wall you. Opposing steel types, that type of thing. So I'm going to kind of break this team down for you, and then we're hopping some games. We will actually be playing on the ranked ladder with this team, because I did not realize, but at least I'm recording this about 2 days ago, there is a new season of Regulation G in-game ranked on the ranked ladder in-game. Instead of, I think, Season 27 now, I think is what it is. Season 26 actually ended on January 31st. So I'm going to try to use this team to hopefully maybe get me to Master Ball tier. It put me back down to Great Ball, so we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to try to feature some of these teams in ranked until I get Master Ball tier again, and then I'm going to kind of grind with my own team again, like I usually do. So we'll see how it goes. Team by Chica. I don't know if that actually has a rental code for this team. So if there is a rental, I'll include it down below, but I found this team on Discord. I don't even know if the person that posted on Discord was the original creator of the team. They just posted a screenshot of this team like you guys see right now. So I don't know if there was actually the original creator of the team or if it was just somebody posting the team, but that's where I found this. If you guys want to use it, rental in the corner. Like I said, I don't think this team has a paste. If it does, I don't have access to it, so keep that in mind. But I'm going to kind of break this team down. We're helping some games. Got the Zacian Sword on this team with the Terra Ground. It's actually a really unique Zacian. Actually has the Terra Blast Ground. And you also have the Iron Head over the Behemoth Blade, which I think is kind of questionable. We're going to see how that does. At least me personally, I kind of prefer Behemoth Blade. But maybe Iron Head's there to try to go for flinch chances. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. But you do get the +1 attack boost when you do switch in, so you're hitting incredibly hard. You have Sacred Sword there, which bypasses defense boost and all that type of stuff, so you're just hitting for flat amounts of damage. Pretty good. You have the Tornadus on this team with the Covert Cloak, just a really standard set, Terra Dark to prevent opposing prankster stuff. And then you also have the really fast Taunt to speed control with this team. You got Rain Dance there to boost the Urshifu and reduce the fire damage for both the Zacian and the Ogerpon on this team, which also works really well. So kind of synergistic in that one. You also have the 100% accurate Bleak Wind Storms in the rain. Got Frigoraph on this team just mainly for kind of a check to opposing Trick Room. You can kind of reverse Trick Room, or if they're like a really fast Tailwind team, you can kind of use Trick Room to kind of play around that type of stuff. It's mainly there for the Armor Tail though, if you're going against a more of a priority-based team, and to kind of boost damage. You have Psychic Noise for stuff like Rillaboom and Grassy Terrain and stuff that wants to recover in your face, or that has like leftovers to prevent a lot of the healing currently in the format, which is really nice. Helping Hand just to boost damage and Foul Play that does consistent damage to a lot of heavy attackers in the format currently. Choice Scarf for Shifu, just a really standard set apart from the Ice Spinner there. Ice Spinners on this set just mainly get rid of opposing terrain. You can wipe out Electric, Psychic, and Grassy Terrain if you really want to, which is really nice for this team. So, you got the Ogerpon on this team with the Focus Sash. You have Follow Me to kind of have some slight redirection if you really need it on this team. But mainly what this thing does is going to come in. The main check to Zacian is Incineroar. And with that, you actually can get a free attack boost with Defiant. You can Terra, get a free speed boost, and be at like +1 attack. If you get intimidated by like an Incineroar, for example, or like any other stat lowering move, you can get the Defiant boost off that, and you have superpower, which I think at +1 one-shots most Incineroars. So that's kind of what it's really there for. Because the main way to check Zacian a lot of times is try to intimidate, spam the shit out of it, which you can't do with Ogerpon, so it's really nice. And then last but not least, we got the Regidrago on this team. This is a mon you don't really see that much. The only time you see Regidrago is paired with Zacian, I think, in a lot of these teams, at least for Regulation G. The main reason why it's actually good with Zacian is because Zacian deals with everything that the Regidrago doesn't want to go against, which is opposing fairy types and that type of thing. Everything the Zacian doesn't like, the Regidrago can kind of do a lot of damage to, so they kind of cover for each other really well, and you also have speed control with this team with Tailwind, which allows it to outspeed a lot of stuff. You also have Terra Ghost there to hit stuff like Flutter Mane, and there's a few other things like Calyrex and that type of thing for really solid damage. But mainly just going to want to be coming in and clicking Draco or Dragon Energy and just shitting damage, getting at least 1 or 2 KOs before you drop or you take a bunch of damage in return, and that's kind of what it really does. So whole team, I'll top into some games and see how it does. Alright, we're here at the game. We're going against the Calyrex Shadow team. Gastrodon, Rillaboom, Tornadus, Calyrex, Ogerpon, Fire, and Ursaluna, Blood Moon. The good thing is he has no fairy types, unless he's Fairy Terra Calyrex, which could be a problem, but apart from that he has no fairies. Ogerpon actually doesn't look too bad here. Actually is decent into his team. I guess apart from like Tornadus, I guess I can't really touch the Rillaboom too. Depends what Terra the Gastrodon is. Usually they're Terra Fire, so even that I wouldn't be able to touch. I think he does bring the Gastrodon here though. I think it's actually really good into my team. What do I want to do here? I think I bring Tornadus. I think Tornadus Regidrago lead here ain't bad. What else do I want to do? I want Zacian. I don't know, I kind of want to bring the Urshifu, but at the same time I kind of get walled by Gastrodon, but if I can play around it, I should be good. I don't know, my opponent has a way better matchup into my team than I have into his. I gotta play really, really good to try to win. If you guys like the videos, leave a like, subscribe, share the video, really helps out the channel. Keep on bringing you guys more Regulation G content. So he does bring the Gastrodon. This is not bad for me though, like this is fine. Because I can just set up Tailwind here and just start going for Dragon Energy. What are you, Seed Booster, Seed Defense Booster? Okay. I mean, I just go for Tailwind here. Tailwind and I Protect here. Like, he's not going to want to take a Dragon Energy to the face, that's for sure. He's not Assault Vest either, so like it should just cleanly one-shot him, I'm assuming. He has Ice Beam here, I should be able to at least take 1 Ice Beam. There it is. Does a shit ton of damage, because he's Life Orb. He's actually offensive Gastrodon. It's really weird. I just Bleak Wind Storm here, and then I Dragon Energy. I don't know, I guess I could have went Terra Ghost to try to dodge a Fake Out there too. Would have been a crazy play. Could have did a shit ton of damage, but that was really risky. Squid KO. I don't. Will Dragon Energy be enough to get rid of the Gastrodon here? Perfect. Perfect. Get rid of them both. That opens the door for the Urshifu later in the game. That is huge. It's what you want out of the Regidrago, just to get like do as much damage as possible before it drops. And he also has the terrain, which is actually healing me back, so I can get my max damage on Dragon Energy again. So that's perfect. Ogerpon's a bit of an issue here, but like under Tailwind, he has to worry about getting hit with Bleak Wind Storm. Calyrex is a problem too, I guess. I don't know if he's Terra Fairy Calyrex, it could be a bit of an issue. I kind of want to just Rain Dance here, predicting a Fire-type move, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to Rain Dance here for the Urshifu that comes in on this next turn, and it also allows me to take less damage from Fire-type moves with the Zacian. And then I don't think I'm going to go for Dragon Energy here. I think I'm just going to Draco the Cali. Easy Sash. He's Terra Fairy though, he just completely negates this. Of course he is. Of course he's Terra Fairy. Why wouldn't he be? So now I don't think I'm going to do any damage anyways, but... Because he, like, even... Actually, I forgot, he doesn't have Tailwind, so I just lose my turn. I could have got a free Draco onto the Ogre Pawn, I guess, but... I guess I could have tried to predict Terra Fairy. That would have been great, though I actually live. The Tornadus doesn't live, though, which sucks, but... That's fine. Completely fine by me. I get a free switch into Zacian now, and now that he went Terra Fairy, I actually am able to hit him with Behemoth Blade here and just get a one-shot. I'm actually going to double into the Calyrex here too, because if he's Sash, that way I get the KO on him. I think I actually have a turn of Tailwind left. I have one turn of Tailwind. Okay. Behemoth Bash here. We'll see. Hopefully he doesn't protect. He might though. He might protect. I kind of want to just Draco the Ogre Pawn here, actually. In case he protects. I think I can still win because I have Scarf or Shifu in the back. So I think I can still win here. He does protect. Okay. I made a better play. Okay. Like he just double protects to try to stall my Tailwind out. I don't know how that really helps you, bud. I guess it helps you because you don't have to worry about the Regidrago. I haven't taken damage from that, but... I just protect on this next turn. He doesn't know that I have protect. Or actually he does, because I actually went for protect on his fake out turn, so... He could predict that here and just double into the Zacian, but... I outspeed here. I don't know if it really pays protecting here. I kind of want to just go into the Urshifu, and I want this thing to drop. So I think what I do here is I just go for Draco onto the Ogre Pawn if I live. He's not Sash, that's perfect. Best case scenario of him not being Focus Sash. Ivy Cudgel in the rain is still a 2-hit KO though, which is actually surprising. Just gets the clean one-shot, get out of here. The Regidrago is really powerful if you are able to put it in a position where it can actually outspeed your opponent's team, and you don't have to deal with like Fairy Terras or like any Fairy types. That's the main thing. If you can get around both of those hurdles, it just destroys your opponent's team. Usually goes like, it usually trades at least 2 for 1 most of the time. Sometimes even like 3 for 1 in certain games, depending if you can play it really good. Not bad though, I'll take the dub. Take the win. I'll see you guys in another game. Alright, we're here in another game. Opponents run another Groudon team. Conkeldurr, Ogrepawn, Fire, Sneasler, Rillaboom, Raging Bolt, and Groudon. I think I said Conkeldurr already. So I want Tornadus here for sure. Tornadus looks really nice. What else do I want here? He has no Fairy types either, so like if I can get a Tailwind up, that'd be great. I think I lead Regidrago here. I want Zacian. Looks really nice, especially with Terra Ground. What else do I want here? I think Frigoraph also ain't bad here, so I'm going to bring the Frigoraph. I think that's what I roll with. I'm going to bypass the Urshifu here and try to block a lot of the priority that he's probably going to want to go for. He might have Mach Punch and like Fake Out on like 2 Mons plus Thunderclap. Also have the Psychic Noise to prevent the terrain from healing any of them. This ain't too bad. This ain't too bad here. I think what I do is I just click Dragon Energy. I just Tailwind and Dragon Energy here. I want to get rid of the sun, but at the same time, like, I don't know what he's really going to do with it. He could switch out here, I guess, but, like, he has nothing on his team that wants to take a Dragon Energy. I just Dragon Energy here. He could Mach Punch to try to reduce my damage. You gotta always be really wary of the Giraffe switching in and blocking the priority, so... I don't know, at the very least, if he's not AV Conkeldurr, like, Conkeldurr should drop here. The Groudon might live. But, like, it's gonna do a shit ton of damage to where, like, Bleak Wind Storm or something else. And why? I didn't even know what Conkeldurr got Wide Guard. I didn't know Conkeldurr got Wide Guard. Well, I need Taunt now. Wow. I didn't even know Conkeldurr got Wide Guard. That's why it's on that team. Didn't even know it got Wide Guard. I'd never see bulks up in my face. Well, I think that was a misplay for sure, though. That was for sure a misplay. And he's Guts Flame Orb, so that's fine. He's forced to spam Wide Guard here, though. So I just Taunt, and then I just Dragon Energy again. I'm glad he set up in my face. I don't know how Wide Guard goes before me. That's real stupid. So I guess it doesn't make any sense. I thought the Taunt would go first because I'm under Tailwind and I have Prankster, but I guess not. So now I'm gonna die for my efforts. That's fun. I don't know, I'm hoping he mispresses Blade. He doesn't. Of course he doesn't. No, he has to land and press this Blade. So now I have to spam Draco to try to get a KO. Can't be too difficult. Now I gotta try to land Bleak Wind Storm in the sun. Can I land this on the Conkeldurr and do enough damage? I don't know. I am probably gonna get a double miss here if I were to guess. I'm gonna Draco the Groudon. I'm not afraid of the Conkeldurr either. Okay, he's just gonna protect. I actually live Mach Punch. Funny enough. Can I just KO him here? That'd be great. Get this thing out of here. It doesn't do nearly enough. I think what I do on this next turn, though, is actually just go for Bleak Wind Storm again. Hopefully I land, and then actually switch out into the Frigoraph here, predicting Mach Punch. Because the Regidrago still has one hit left. If I can play it good enough, I can get a Draco onto something, hopefully. Perfect. Perfect. I actually land it. That's huge. Man, I didn't think the Conkeldurr would be that much of a threat, but I forgot I got Wide Guard. I haven't went against it in so long. He just bulks up in my face again. I don't know if that was a good play, but... that Raging Bolt, okay. So I do want to change the weather here, so he doesn't get his boost. A Rain Dance here. I could Trick Room too, but I think his team's actually slower than mine. So I think I kind of want to just go for Foul Play here and do a fuck ton of damage if I somehow live. I think if I change the weather here, I can live a Heat Crash, even at +2. Oh, I take that easy. I take that easily. Okay, Electro Whip does a shit ton of damage, but I'm Cover Cloak, so my speed doesn't get lowered. Foul Play on a +2 Groudon gets a crit and does a shit ton of damage, so that's huge. I just Bleak Wind Storm here. I Bleak Wind Storm. And then he might actually just protect the Groudon here. So I'm actually going to I'm actually going to Psychic Noise the Raging Bolt here, because I think he protects. He does. I guess if I really wanted to do as well, I could have made the play and just sacked off the Regidrago. And then switch the Tornadus in on this next turn and try to go for Bleakwind Storm again. I guess that would have been a good play here too, but... yeah, I actually get the dodge too, which is huge. Psychic Noise does nothing, but that's fine. So I just Bleakwind Storm here again. I'm actually going to Helping Hand boost Bleakwind Storm on this turn, I think. I have a feeling he might switch out here, so I think doing as much damage here as possible is really nice. Glad I got that dodge, though. There's the Thunderclap, but the Armor Tail blocks it, you stupid... oh, wow, I don't know why he went for that. He knows I have Armor Tail. He knows I have it because it got blocked by Mach Punch. I'm thankful for that Electro Web miss there, though, because if that would have hit, I would have had no Tornadus. So, I guess I could have just went into Regidrago and then went for Draco Meteor onto the Raging Bolt instead. I guess that would have been the play then. I don't know if it would have been too bad, but it does have Ogre Pond. Do I have Tailwind up? I don't. I lost my Tailwind. I kind of want to just go for Bleakwind Storm here, though. I really do. It's like he's forced to get rid of the Frigoraph here if he wants to try to start spamming priority moves. Nice Bleakwind Storm. He hasn't Terra'd yet either, which is surprising. I'm a Helping Hand here because I think I'm going to die on this turn because my speed's lowered. Keeps going for Thunderclap. Bro, Thunderclap doesn't work. He Rage Quits. What a fucking loser. You belong in, like, Pokeball tier, bro. How are you in Great Ball tier 9? How? He keeps clicking Thunderclap into Armor Tail when I clearly revealed that I was Armor Tail when he went for Mach Punch on the switch-in at the start of the game. And he just fucking Rage Quits over it. What a fucking pathetic piece of shit loser. Go back down to Pokeball tier. You don't belong in Great Ball tier, bud. You're bad. Bad player. I wasn't even playing that good. I made a few misplays there too, but I'm better than you, bud. I'm not stupid enough to click Thunderclap 3 times in a row and then Rage Quit over it. Holy shit. I'll see you guys in one more game. Alright, we hear the game. We're going against a hybrid Rain Miraidon team. So I actually have a pretty good matchup into this if I can actually just go Terra Ground, but then I make myself weak to like half my opponent's team, so I gotta be really careful here. Opponent has the Miraidon, Toxicroak, Pelipper, Rillaboom, Incineroar, and Landorus Eye. So I actually think Ogre Pond looks really nice here too, because I have Follow Me, and I can hit a lot of stuff on his team for really solid damage, especially if he has Incineroar. So I think it's actually really good here. Gonna lead the Ogre Pond. What else do I want to bring? Tornadus ain't bad here, I guess. It's okay. I'm just kind of scared of Wide Guard. And like Miraidon just wrecks. I don't know if it's really that good this game. What else do I want to bring here? I'm not going to lead Zacian. I really want speed control though. Like I think if I can get the Tailwind up, like the Regidrago can just put in a bunch of work later in the match. I think I lead Tornadus here. I bring Zacian. I bring Regidrago. Scarf or Shifu is okay here too, but him having dry skin Toxicroak kind of shuts me down a lot of the time. So I'm always having to play 50-50 mind games. Same like the Intimidate spam and the Rillaboom too, so I guess I have Ice Spinner to get rid of terrain, but I'm not really too worried about terrain in this match. This is perfect. Perfect. Perfect lead. Perfect. Give me that +1 boost. Perfect. This is why the Ogre Pond is on this team. Now I'm at +1. He lowers my attack on that. I don't really care. So what I do here, I think, is I just I'm going to Spiky Shield, predicting Fake Out, and then I'm going to taunt the Pelipper. That way he can't go for Wide Guard or set up Tailwind. Nice, perfect. Show me will like Tailwind here. That would be great if he can go for like Tailwind or even like Hurricane on the Protect. That's fine. That's fine too. So I'm at +1 here. I think +1 superpower for sure KOs Incineroar, so I think I just go for that here. And then I think I just Bleakwind Storm. Can't Wide Guard. Bob, get it out of here. The exact reason why the Ogerpon is on this team to deal with the Incineroars, which the Zacian doesn't like because it doesn't like being Intimidate spammed. Get it out of here, I don't have to deal with that anymore. Perfect. I almost one-shot the Pelipper. Died. I actually live because of the Sash. I forgot of Sash. Wasn't Toxicroak here. I think he goes for Fake Out or Sucker Punch here, so I'm going to Protect. I'm actually... oh, I didn't bring the Friggraph this game. I was going to say, if I brought Friggraph, I can just swap it in here. I just Protect here. And then I just Bleakwind Storm again. He's forced to Terra here if he wants to live. I think the Toxicroak just gets one-shot by Bleakwind Storm if he doesn't Terra. Terra Dark, so that probably tells me his Sucker Punch. For sure. Or Knockoff, I think. It gets Knockoff too. There's the Sucker Punch. Perfect. Perfect. Still a 2-hit KO on him though. And like if I really wanted to here, I can actually make a play and just switch right into Zacian here, which I think I'm gonna do. Toxicroak has nothing for Zacian. I kind of want to just keep the Ogerpon around because I can also just Terra late game and go for huge damage, especially versus Miraidon. So I'm gonna switch the Ogerpon out into the Zacian here. I kind of want a Tailwind here, actually. That way, on the way in, I know the Tornado is probably going to drop on this turn. That way, I have a Tailwind up for the Regidrago. I think that's what I do here. Dodge some damage, just depends what he goes for here. I think the Tornadus was going to be dead anyways, so I made a good play. Made a really nice play here. I don't know if he's choice specs Miraidon or what he is, but I don't really care. I just go right into Regidrago here. Now, the main issue here is if he goes for Sucker Punch onto Regidrago, he's going to reduce my damage. So what I do here is I just Sacred Sword the Toxicroak, get it out of here. And then I can actually Terra Ground here too, which would be a crazy play. Funny enough, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to Terra Ground here, and I'm going to go for the Sacred Sword onto the Toxicroak to get it out of here. And I'm going to Protect here. I'm making this play. 2 million IQ play right here. That way, if he's choice specs, he can't touch me at all. And like he's doing resisted damage to the Regidrago. Goes for Sucker Punch again. Perfect. I am reading my opponent like a goddamn book. Get outplayed. Show me Electro Drift. Get outplayed. Go back to the minor leagues, bud. That worked perfect. Down to the fucking T. Now I go for Terra Blast Ground. If he's choice specs, he surrenders right here. And then I Draco. Should just one-shot him at +1, you're dead. Goodbye. Kind of why the Zacian is also Terra Ground. It is for your Miraidon matchup. If you're Terra Ground Miraidon, especially if their specs cannot touch you, you either force a switch, or you get, like, at the very least, usually like 3-hit KO'd by, like, Dazzling Gleam. And they aren't going to lock a Dragon move on you because you're a Fairy type most of the time. They don't know you're going to Terra. Kind of why that's so good. Kind of overall a really good showcase for this team for this match. Why the Ogerpon is on this team for the Incineroar. We outplayed the Pelipper, played around that really well. And then the Regidrago Zacian just played really well around the Toxicroak and the Miraidon late in the game. Down to a T. It works perfect. Really good showcase for this team. Let's talk a little bit more about this team. As for this team, I think overall, if you guys want a pretty solid Zacian Sword team, it's actually a really solid team. I forgot to mention it too, but I think I said that the Zacian has Iron Head, but it actually switches to Behemoth Blade on form transformation in match. So you have to have Iron Head there for it to transform into Behemoth Bash, or Behemoth Blade. Behemoth Bash is the one for Zamazenta, actually. So I think I said originally in the start of the video, this thing has Iron Head, but it does have Behemoth Blade. I just forgot that it actually switches and transforms on switch transformation when you enter it into battle. So I think the most questionable thing with the Zacian is you don't have a Fairy move, but at least for what I played, you really don't need a Fairy move a lot of the time. You were kind of able to get around without having a Fairy move. There were some situations where I kind of wanted a Fairy move, but like a lot of the Dark types anyways are getting hit by a Sacred Sword. So like it's literally just only for the Dragon types, and you have the Regidrago there for all the other Dragon types that you don't want to really go against. So you don't really need the the Fairy type move on the Zacian, which I think is kind of cool with this team. But I think my main complaint with this team is I think the Ogerpon is just a little bit too situational. I think that's the only main drawback that I didn't really care for this team. I liked everything else about the team, like everything else plays really well. But I think the Ogerpon mainly being there for like Incineroar and like your random Gyarados or Salamence or anything else that happens to have Intimidate that you'll see once in a great while. Or if you happen to enter it into like an Icy Wind or like a Snarl, best case scenario, you get a free +2 attack boost on both of those. You have to kind of really predict and kind of know what your opponent's going to be doing to kind of take advantage of that, though. It's mainly just for your Incineroar matchup, and I guess if you want to Terra this thing, you get the +1 speed boost, which could be really good in certain situations. But my main issue with it is if you don't have the boost, being that you only really have Grass-type moves, you get walled by so many things in the format currently. So like unless you have like a Defiant boost at like +1 or +2, you're not really doing much damage. You're kind of just there to spam Follow Me and just do chip damage a lot of the time before you die. So that's my main drawback with the team. I feel like the Ogerpon is a little bit too situational, but being that it's on this team mainly for like the Incineroar matchup, I think overall, if that's what it really is on this team for, it does that perfectly, and that's why I think it's on this team. And if that's what it's really there to do, you can bring it into those situations and it does its job every single time. So maybe kind of a personal nitpick, I'm not sure, but if you guys want to use the team, paste up in the corner. Like I said, I don't know if this team even has a paste, or not a paste, a rental up in the corner. I don't know if this team actually even has a paste, but if it does, maybe you guys can find it online. If you guys find it, let me know. I'll add it to the description. But check out the team. Let me know how you guys do. I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, share the video. I do stream over here usually Friday and Saturday nights as well, around 9 ADST. Friday nights I stream Overwatch 2, Apex Legends, Warframe, Fortnite, a bunch of other stuff. And then Saturday nights over here I usually stream Wi-Fi battles, VGC, and single 6v6. So that interests you guys, subscribe so you know when I'm live. Apart from that, I'm out of here. Peace out, everybody.